do is we'd go body surfing,
Oh,
where you would just be out there and just ride the crest of the wave.
there you
That's
go.
what I learned. What it
Doing
was
some
about.
body surfing.
Yes, ma'am.
All
body
right,
surfing.
look at
and,
you.
And the very first time that I did it,
Mm-hmm.
I can talk about the bad and the good with me because I'm secure in myself. I'm
There you
73 years old.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Hanging in there.
I made it this far,
That's
man.
right. That's right.
Hello YouTube family, welcome back to the channel. This is Outdoor Diane, and today's video, as you can tell by the title, is my trip to Italy. I went to Italy for tennis, but I did other things. I went to the Amalfi Coast, so a number of other things associated with my trip to basically Rome, but I wanted to share with you a few tips that I think if you're a solo traveler, as I am, it will make it much more enjoyable. And even if you're not, I think these tips will help you if you had, like me, a very short trip, it'll be so much more enjoyable. I personally don't really like to have someone else decide what all my time will be, so I don't like to take group trips. But I do think that you should sign up for a half day or a full day tour. And that you can do before you leave town or when you get there, and find either a half day or a full day tour of something. Because the guides on those tours, and be prepared to give them a little tip at the end, but they will give you history, they will take you around areas, answer various questions. You'll get the lay of the land. So, and they're inexpensive. You can get them high end or you can get them 30, 50 bucks. So I would suggest taking a half day or a full day tour. In fact, let me suggest that you take, because Rome is the place for food, as we all know, we love Italian food, to take a food tour. And I took a street food tour, and so you'll get the lay of the land. They'll give you history, walking you through various things and pointing out things that you may not have noticed just on your own. And, the tastings, in my case, is limoncello. We had Italian beer. We had all kinds of things. So take a half day or a full day tour. And this way you get to talk to people who have your same interests. You're not stuck with them in case they have, you don't want to be with them. And if you take a group trip, then you got to do whatever they do. But this way, with the half day or the full day, you're with them for that period of time and then they leave. If you don't want to take a tour at all, which could happen, they have these things called hop-on, hop-off buses. So these are typically two-level open-air buses, and they have a listing of the locations where they will stop and a little bit about that location. And you can use your iPhone to, determine what those locations might have that you want to see. But you have an itinerary, and they will go to a location, open the door. If you want to get off, you do, and if you don't, go to the next location. So you get off where you'd like, and the buses have a schedule. So once you get off, you spend as much time as you like at that location or as little time as you like. You come out, and then you look at the schedule, the next bus arriving. So these are specialized buses, not part of the metropolitan system. So this is called the hop-on, hop-off bus. If you come from a rather large city, or you have been to a rather large city and you've used the subway system, the bus transportation system, I suggest, because it's really cheap, centrally located, they go to most of the places where you want to see. The routes are listed, so use the metropolitan system. And in Rome, I did it. I also use, and I'll tell you this, I also did use taxi, actually a ride share, but it was like 18 times the cost. So what took me like $15 or $17 to get to one location, because I was tired, it took me $1 using the metro system. Maybe a little walking, but not much involved. You get off the stairs, walk up, and then you turn right or something like that. So do use the system. However, and don't worry, people are always kind of, well, who do they speak my language? Most people these days do speak English. They speak very good English. And if they don't, they speak enough to get you where you want to go. But I didn't have a problem. I don't speak Italian. And I didn't have a problem asking questions. So they are very comfortable with speaking English. And so if you're on the system and you do have a question about something, there's going to be typically a counter or a map, and it's going to be, with English as well. So do use the metropolitan systems. And lastly, as Americans, we kind of expect to see America wherever we go, and that's not right. Although most modern locations they run pretty consistently with what we're accustomed to. But, you know, relax. You're going to be on vacation. So just enjoy. And so if you get turned around a little bit, and you might, I actually got on a bus and I asked the driver the area I wanted to go. I was meeting the food tour. And he said, yes, you know, that's the stop that he makes. But he neglected to tell me that he wasn't going to acknowledge where it was going. So he took me to the end of the route. I went to the end of the route past where I was going. So I was going to be a little late for the food tour. But when I got off, I used Google Maps. I put in where I was and where I wanted to go. And Google Maps just walked me through. It was a little bit of time, not much time. I still met the group because you should leave a little early when you're doing something like that. But it was really nothing. You know, ask people along the way, but Google Maps has, you know, just like here, when you're there, it'll tell you what street you're about to approach, make a right turn. It'll talk the same way it does here. So just relax. People speak English. You're there to have fun. If you're by yourself, you can do what you want to do when you want to do it, so there's no frustration. Have a great time. Now let me show you how much great time I had on my trip. YouTube family, here we are about to head into the museum, and I've already, since 7 o'clock this morning, I've already put in 8,000 steps. It's been amazing, and although I have this little cold, I went to that pharmacy as I showed you, and I took something. It's not as like a Sudafed or anything, but I guess it did the trick. I don't seem to be suffering from the symptoms, but it's a pretty lively group. Everybody is from either the East Coast or the West Coast. Although there's a woman in the group who is from Milwaukee, because she clapped when I said I was from Chicago. Somehow, you know, I'm not a Catholic, but somehow I feel connected to the Pope since he's from Dalton. So I understand Marco Rubio is in town, so I look forward to maybe he will give an appearance.
Sorry, United Kingdom, I cannot use the example of United Kingdom because of London is being extra large. I make United Kingdom on the wall, then London will be lower.
On the metro at line A. I'll have to make a transfer to a bus, but it's always something. You go to either a Grand Slam or a major. Okay, I just entered security. I had my bottle of cough medicine, and they had to take it because it was glass. So I asked if she could keep it for me, because at half day, I'm gonna have to take some more of it, because this little thing is lingering, but everybody seems to have it, this little kind of a cold thing. But this is my day one at the Foro Italico. And I hope to see some good matches today. Okay, YouTube family, we're doing the tour, food tour, and got a little lesson on Caesar. Hopefully, we will, at our last stop, be at the location where Caesar's ashes were scattered. And the thing about Caesar, the tour guides will let you know how important the word Caesar is, because many cultures have adopted it. So Kaiser, for example, is a derivative, and so many more. But we will continue on this, and so far it's been a wonderful food tour. Okay, so we are now entering the Jewish area, Jewish ghetto, and we had a brilliant discussion about it. And on this tour, we have already had limoncello, beer, so I am loaded and toasty, but it looks beautiful so far. We have one more stop. Okay, YouTube family, I'm here. I made it to Positano. It's a beautiful day. It started off raining when we left from Rome, but I've made it down this wonderful, wonderful location. I'm going to show it to you. It is as beautiful as the pictures, indicate. It is amazing. I do have a bit of I don't know if it's a hay fever or whatever, really cold, but I've been taking things for it. But it is just amazing here. And so we're here for another hour. I'm standing kind of at the end of the beach area. And there's a woman who I follow on YouTube. Her name is Nikki Positano. That's her YouTube name. And she wrote a book, and I thought I would be able to get the book while here. Unfortunately, I didn't write down where the book is located. I forgot the name of. Her friend owns the boat, kind of a boat service here where you can take the boats out. I'll show these boats to you in a minute. And I forgot the friend's name, I forgot the name of the boat, but then everybody knew her because she's very popular, and so they were able to point me to the location. Unfortunately, they didn't have the book, and they didn't know where in town they would sell it. And I remember her going to a location where it's sold. So if I pass by a shop and I do see it, I'll buy it. But it's Nikki Positano. It's everything you want to know about this area. So it's just amazing here. I'm going to show you now images of what I'm looking at now. Usually it's a very crowded area. I'm just at the end where there's less activity. I think this is kind of the beginning of the season here. But it is just packed with people from all over. This is a tourist destination for sure. I'll walk a little bit more in, but not much because I don't want to have my gimbal and everybody's looking at it. But it is just amazing.